the recording sheet? I know. Okay, we are going to do some more math thinking. And before you go, you're going to do some math thinking on your own today. But before we do the math thinking, we need to understand our story, and I'm going to talk about our story. We're going to talk about our story together. So show me you're ready. That means hands to yourself. Eyes up here, ready? So here's my story. I want you to, it's about shells. When I'm done and we're done together talking about what this story is about, you're going to go back to your table and you're going to solve the math mystery that we have. Right now, if you are able to read this and do the math, I do not want to hear the answer right now. Do I want to hear the answer right now?
No.
That's not important to me right now. What's important is that I'm understanding what's happening here. What I'm going to tell you is Leah had some shells. So who's our character, everybody?
Leah.
Leah. So this is just like a story. And what does she have?
Leah.
What does Leah have?
Shells.
So she has some shells. Okay, it says Leah had, and what weird, have you done, I forget, have you done a problem like this before? Mm-hmm. Okay, so when we see this here, you're going to think to yourself, what number am I going to use today? Which number am I comfortable with? Here's like a single digit number 3, a single digit 18, a double digit 15 or 19. So I'm going to think to myself right now, I'm going to use the number 3. So that's why those are there. So I'm going to take my 3 and put it right there, okay? So I'm using 3. That's why those are there. So you get to pick which number you want to use. Here's our story. Leah had 3 shells. Who's our character?
Leah.
What does she have?
3.
3 what?
Shells.
We have Leah, she has 3 shells. Tony, oh, I'm Leah. I need a Tony. Will you be a Tony?
Yeah.
Okay, stand up. So I'm Leah. I have 3 shells. We have Tony here. Let's see what Tony's done. Tony gave her 2 more shells. Who's our new character?
Tony.
And what does he do?
Give Leah's 2 shells.
Giving me, you're going to give me, will you give me 2 more shells? Can you give me 2 shells? So he's giving me some shells, right? Who were my characters? Leah and Leah has how many shells?
3.
And then Tony comes and gives her 2 more shells. Okay, have a seat. Tony, here's my question. There's a math mystery up here. I know there's Leah. I know there's that she had 3 shells. I know Tony gave her 2 more shells. But my math mystery, I don't even know what that is yet. My math mystery is this question right here. How many shells does Leah have now? Now, I know some of you are thinking in your head. I want you to turn and I want you to and I want you to tell each other again, what's the question or the math mystery we're trying to solve? Turn and talk.
We're trying to find out how many shells we have. Yeah, and the 3.
Okay, come back.
10.
Come on back. 3, 2, 1. Back together. Look, Leah had 3 shells. Tony gave her some more. How many shells does Leah have now? What's her math mystery? So you just told me the answer. And sometimes
5 shells.
we might think that's what we call the answer to the math mystery. I need to make sure that I'm figuring out what question I'm solving here. And I heard you say it. What is our question?
5 shells.
So that's the answer to my question. What is the question or the math mystery?
Well, we're trying to figure out how many shells we had, that we have now.
That who has?
Leah.
Leah. So we need to know how many shells does Leah have now. That is our math mystery. You're going to head back to your seat. You are going to pick a number, and then you are going to solve that math mystery on your papers, and so that we can see how you're thinking about math. You can use numbers. Does anybody draw pictures to help them with their math mystery, especially if we start getting into some double-digit numbers? You can use math tools. Are those your math tools? Where are your math tools? I see some hundreds charts. You can use a number line. So as soon as we're just gonna let them, we're just gonna give it to them. We're just gonna kind of see where they go with it. We'll go from there. So you can stand back up, walk back to your area. Put it on the side of the three.
Excuse me, Carlos. Let's try a different writing utensil. Number? You can choose 3, 8, 15, or 19. Your choice.
So what time do you guys clean up? What we'll probably do is have I'm thinking of we can
I don't have.
So you can have 3. Yeah.
What's our story? You already did yours. Okay, I'm gonna gather the teachers around here for just a second. Do you mind if we, so you're one of the first ones done, we can talk about your math thinking? Is that okay? Okay. So some people have asked, like, do they need to show pictures? Do they need to show numbers? Do they have, so my goal today is just to see if they can problem solve however they want to, and it's just using numbers, which is where we want them to go. So if I sat here and said, draw a picture of it and I'll do this, then we would pushing him back to his inefficiency, because he already knew. What's the 15 stand for? 15 baskets, 15 toothbrushes, 15 shells.
What do we do?
So now I want to make sure he knows what the numbers represent. Let me start over. Your question is, how many shells does Leah have now? What is the answer to that question? How many shells does Leah have now? 17. Okay, so sometimes with this, as we know when we go to the change unknown, the answer is going to be the one that's right here. And so they typically will, as you know, will always say this, so the more we're asking them those questions of like, what does this represent? So this is 15 shells. I add 2 more shells, and then how many shells do I have? 17. So once we get all that together, I would not have to anymore, and then I would just say, I want you to try this. Have you seen it where there's 2? Do you know how to do that? Okay, I'm just going to have you get started. Okay, we obviously don't have enough time to do everything you want to do. There are times you as a teacher want them to communicate their thinking. Like you saw earlier when I was trying to get him to go back. You're right. I've already done that. I already know how to do it. So a lot of teachers worry about that. So that's like whatever your goal is for them. So what we'll do,
5 what? 5.
so what we'll do, typically this is like the majority of your block.
5 shells.
5 baskets.
No.
5 shells.
Yes, right shells. Right there.
We'll go ahead and have this collection here is coming up, and we thought about seeing if we're going to grab her to the side. Go, where should we go?
The IDC maybe?
The IDC, and we'll do our quick assessment, so you can do that.
I picked 19. I always picked, we picked 19, but then we picked this. No, you didn't pick that number. No, you didn't.